Level 75, the burden of knowledge. The entrance to the Qitana Ravel lies open, and Almet would see you on your way. With the Umorans gone and your companion now returned, I think it best you go now before they can regroup. With magic flowing once more through the Great Pyramid of Uxner, the entrance to the Qitana Ravel should now be open. Before we leave, Urianger, did you discover anything that may suggest the Light Warden hides elsewhere? Nay, though we had but little time before the Umorans' most unwelcome arrival, we scoured the nearby environs and spoke once more with the one called Correal. Having hearkened to her tale, it is my judgment that the Sin Eater which her late mother did espy was indeed the being we seek, and that it most likely resided in the vicinity of Raktika Fall. In the absence of any subsequent sighting, I have no reason to believe our quarry hath sought out new sanctuary, and given the considerable difficulty we face in reaching the falls, we may be certain it hath not been disturbed by man. Then our course is clear. We must navigate the Qitana Ravel and make for Raktika Fall. Though you see it as but another obstacle to be navigated, the Qitana Ravel is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. The accumulated knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within. Knowledge which is rightly yours as allies of Ronka, you are welcome to explore. I fully intend to survey every ilm of it once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he would be overjoyed to hear you say so. But I must warn you, though the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. To discourage trespassers and test the worth of our allies, it had to be so. Be careful in there. Oi. Head east and you will find a path of azure flowers leading to the Ravel. I wish you safe passage through its halls. Master Matoya, I know I cannot dissuade you from going, so please, promise me you will return safely. The Knights blessed heed you. You need not worry, Runar. I shall return, and bring with me a long-awaited gift, and one the Knights blessed will treasure now and forevermore. Now, let us away. Gonna go kill this thing or what? Is it gonna be a dungeon or a trial? I mean, we haven't had we had a trial yesterday at Tanya. I assume it'd be a dungeon. Stick to the... Dragons eat. Follow the flower. Follow the flower. Call them Oppo-Oppos early. They're called an R. You can feel the ether flowing through the door. A gentle push may be all that's required. Our earlier efforts were not in vain, it seems. Stay on your guard. We know not what awaits us inside. Qitana Ravel now accessible. New regular duty has been added to the duty finder and duty support. They have to sit. Okay, dungeons. Qitana Ravel, level 75. The Empire of Bronca was a place of magic and enlightenment, of peace and prosperity. Sadly, it was not meant to last. Though naught but ruins remain, they remain heavily guarded nonetheless. The Qitana Ravel is perhaps the most sacred of these sites, home to the ancient wisdom of the past. With the advent of the Flood, however, you have reason to believe something more sinister now resides there as well. Which item level 380? Sacred tank. And we promised Ishtola we'd take her, so. Could play a different hub. Or ramp, the Qitana Ravel. Supposed to stand on the walls. Puzzle-like. Better than like a cutter's fry. They're available. Kind of the problem, like I always say. Take every single target. Like how we use bomb that guy that almost destroyed the world. And become death. Yes, making progress.
Away with you!
Oh, the Emperor!
Prepare yourself!
Push into their rock! Like little mini Titan. Bottles. Cut off part of the other. Happen to be on the right side of that. How am I supposed to side he's gonna be? Statue. Like that. I think we picked the right one.
I shall protect thee.
Okay, okay. Right. Dead yet?
Away with
Yep.
you!
A break. Figured we'd get enough. Built up enough for first boss, and we should. Pretty hefty bats.
This is going to leave a mark.
Okay. They're out of the life stream. That's true. Cry rings out. Tears of the gods.
This is going to leave a mark.
Anaconda don't want. I know.
Prepare yourself.
Hitting all of.
Away with you.
Wait with these. focusing.
Gloves are off.
Feisty. Watch. Okay, down with that.
Prepare yourself. I shall protect thee.
Goes down. You don't know which way they're gonna fall until. Cool.
Gloves are off.
I can see how they're fade now. Kind of see which way they're gonna fall. Like slightly thinner at the base. Already. All right. More to down. Okay. Artica Falls. That's where we were headed. See the Light Warden. Oh, right.
yourself! Together we shall overcome this.
He's just way over here. Belt. Iron hand. Never focus. And ideally they would AoE. Where we play with players.
Prepare yourself!
Takes too long to queue, we're on for. All we were doing was like a dungeon or something. Yeah. That's this. Trying to get through MSQ, which is where to go in. They come.
Keep your guard up! I shall protect thee.
Gonna survive. Handle this.
Be gone!
I will not hold back.
Right. Oh, we should be hearing the boss, right? Subaru's Light Warden Peters. his effort. Good doggy. Who's a good boy? Charge. Okay, who's going in the belly?
I shall protect thee.
Viper boys. Didn't realize we could move after the end. We didn't have to though. AoE
Away with you!
upgraded.
I will not hold back!
Heroes. God of love. Everyone loves dog. Friend. Drummer. That time.
I will not hold back!
Hey. A good boy. Who's a good boy? Oh, he's all tuckered out from playing. Does not get cheery because it's Shadowbringers. Warrior of Darkness. Warrior of Light. After all the other, probably just like Warrior of Darkness. Night. Should be approaching that. 75. Got a different.
The Light Warden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been answered.
Aye, that they have. Her condition yet troubleth thee?
It does. Though she shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. She must be told. Would you describe it to me, Marie-Ange? Paint for me a picture with your words.
Well, that's...
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void, or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
Well fought. Let us return home.
The important
The
way.
murals. If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
How can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments, but whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
There he is. He might know. He's lived forever, right?
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
Just not having any.
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour? Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
You're plotting something.
Proceed.
Every hour of every day. But never you mind about that. As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing more.
Hey, some people just like to watch.
Well, I would quit this place and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Then share with us the stories you know so well. We are listening.
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity. Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest. Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Zodiac.
The god, right? That's the one they've been trying to revive.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn, she who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided.
Feeling he's a bit of an unreliable narrator, though. I get the gist of this, probably.
That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
Oh, by my mama.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods.
What? Not gods of the first? Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
Dun dun dun.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Finally you ask the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac, we natives of that sundered paradise. Now, Do you see why we yearn for the great rejoining? For our world, for our people, for all creation to be made whole again. Wouldn't you wish for the same?
Interesting. There's more to it. That was an enlightening experience, though not in the way I'd hoped. Do you suppose there is any truth in Emmett Selk's claims? Burden of knowledge complete. Level 75, bearing with it. Shola wears a haunted expression. Emmett Selk's words have clearly found their mark. The recent events plainly warrant further discussion. I think it best that we wait until Alphinaud and the others are present. Emmett Selk included. How convenient that he should choose this moment to keep to the shadows. Well, no matter. For the present, we should return to Fanau and make certain of the Yulmoran's withdrawal. After that, Slitherbow. The Blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky. Annie. Okay, now. I know we're in a tree. Oh well. You are returned and unharmed, I see. Indeed, I am pleased to report that the Light Warden is no more, thanks in large part to you. That the death of a single Sin Eater should make such a difference. As our numbers waned, so too did our hope that the ruins we have devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. Yet here you are, the allies for whom we have waited these many centuries, and with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would have been reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. On behalf of the Vis, our forebears, and the late Emperor of Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Qitana Ravel proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please, you need not be so humble. We but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does this not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of the Ronka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbow shortly after you set out. If you would return to the Knights Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Thank you, Almet. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ronka. We will await your return, then. I mean, we're about to hit level. Gotta be.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Umoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered.
Welcome.
That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right. You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
Hardbert.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong. But we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I will do as you say, but please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory. You deserve that much.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it. We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts, as we would hold you in ours. Now, and ever after. By the boundless dark, this I swear.
There he is. There's Ardbert. Bearing with it, level 75. Level 76, out of the wood. Cannot help but feel something is bothering Ashtola. Though it pains me to leave, it is time I returned with you and the others to the Crystarium. Before we go, might I speak with you in private? I will await you in my chambers. Yeah, I kind of got the screen to where I want it. Lighting is all really all washed out, so adjustments with that. Thank you for coming. I thought to keep my suspicions to myself, but after witnessing your victory at Raktika Falls, I fear they proved true, and so I must share them with you. From the first when we met at Fort Gone, your ether has appeared, tainted, suffused with an overabundance of light, not unlike the Sin Eaters. You defeated the Light Ward, and I fear the light which poured forth from it was not negated by Heidelin's blessing, rather it was absorbed into your being. Urianger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain. With every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater, greater perhaps than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. Should hurry before the others begin to worry. Once I have sorted my things here, I will join you. We took one last patrol of the perimeter. All things considered, Slitherbow remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who were poisoned will make a full recovery. And with the night sky return, their prayers have at last been answered. That's good. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Shall we be off then? Art thou certain this is best? I'll not deny there's part of me that wishes I could stay. Yeah, she's been there for like 3 years, right? 2 years. 2 years I have lived with the Blessed, learned their culture, even going so far as to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. But I but pray I did honor it to it. Now is not the time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. Okay, well. Yeah, at the Crystarium already? Teleport there. Sometimes it tells you to go places, but it's like, no, you have to go like a bit that way to go talk to that person first. Done that before. All things considered, it is hardly surprising that Alphinaud and Alizé have yet to arrive, but where is the Exarch? My friends, 'tis good to see you all again. Alphinaud, it has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought word of the Warden hiding in Raktika? Found and slain, you say. I should have known. Gilmore has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Norvrant to defend them. I am glad to see their efforts were wasted on the Great Wood. Speaking of Gilmore, what came of your meeting with Vothry? Yes, about that. It proved to be... Exarch, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. No doubt you are all tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take a much-needed rest before we discuss our findings? I thought to propose the very same. After your clash with the Warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. Settled then. We reconvene after everyone has had time to settle in. Oh, we gotta go to the bedroom now? Why didn't they do that at the end of level 75? Why'd they wait till we started level 76? Not how they had done the rest of them. Better than me either way. Had I known. Done the other quest. I would have done this much already. Welcome back, miss. Returned from a lengthy excursion, I take it. Well, your room has been made ready if you'd care to retire. Very good. I pray you sound sleep and pleasant dreams. Guess we're going to talk to Ardbert again. Out of the wood. Fake pixie apple pie. There he is.
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside. You look the same as you ever did to me.
Let's stay the course for the others. What if that changes? What if it overwhelms me? Suppose there is naught to do Press. Stay the course.
True enough. Packing up and going home isn't really an option, is it? If you don't face the music here, it'll only come and find you there. Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal. If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will? Let's pay him no mind. Lies the Ascians stock in trade. Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbow look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm. I always took comfort in that.
Meanwhile, in Garlemald, we're fine. Black Rose.
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear?
To say nothing of Black Rose. All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough, though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might, given the right encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host, so the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game. Something to consider at any rate. But come, there is work to be done.
These bloodless games make for poor sport. Mayhap if father... Nay. I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. my friend. I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
Brand new day ride. Hey, to the